Hello and Merry Christmas from Other Phone. I'm going to talk you through getting your other phone ready to be gifted to your child. We're going to unbox it, get it ready, and then rebox it, ready to be wrapped up as a Christmas gift. All other phones come inside of a slip, which houses the Nothing branded box. If you're careful here, you can remove the tab and then unbox the phone from itself. You can see here that we have the instructions where you can find a QR code to go through any instructions if you need any further help configuring the phone. The phone comes with a charger. The phone also comes with a SIM pin, which you can place back into its case simply if you want to get the phone ready and then allow a new SIM to be put in. Phones also come inside of packaging which can be delicately removed. So, and note that this is at the top and the side. If you're able to remove them carefully, you can slip the phone out of its packaging. There's also some packaging on the top here, which you can also delicately remove. And this top one covers the camera, is molded to the camera section. Once that's removed, you turn the phone on using the button on the side. I've now connected to my Wi-Fi. Just tap the arrow in the top left here, and then you can continue and create a password for parental controls and content filters. This is your password for you to control the safety mode software. So this is a password that you need to remember and that your child shouldn't know, so that they can't bypass your protections. Enter a password that you can remember, and then it will ask you to set a Google account. The Google account you're setting here is your Google account. Once you've logged in with your Google account, filters are set to on. They're set at moderate to start with. You can tap here to review filters. You can then go through the different filters and see if there's anything you would like to change. So you can go through this process and double check that everything's up to your standards, and if there's any other protections that you want to add. You can also add another filter. This can be perhaps in case one was turned off, or you want to hide a particular piece of content. Once you've reviewed the filters, tap the top left button to go back to the onboarding process. Safety mode is on. You can tap OK. You will then set a lock. Now this is a lock for unlocking the phone. This lock can be known by your child, so this is a number or other kind of lock that's memorable to them for their security. You should also know this too, so you have access to the phone, so you can supervise them appropriately, but this is something that your child can know and you can share with them. You'll be taken through to the native Android set screen lock page. You can set a PIN, 1, 2, 3, 4 in this particular case, and then I'm asked to re-enter the PIN. You can make your decision about how much information you want to be shared on the lock screen. Once you've completed this, you can now press the back in the top left corner. If there are any updates available, that you'll be notified here. We recommend tapping update if there are any available. Once you've done this, the device is then set up and you can go to the main menu. This confirms that safety mode is set up and filtering has begun, so that is filtering in any app whatsoever, including WhatsApp and Snapchat. If any inappropriate content is detected by the filters, then it will be blocked, and you can set this up to be notified in that case on your Safety Mode Plus account. You'll then press continue and you'll see a prompt to say start recording or casting. This is the onboard monitoring software. Tap start and you'll see, and tap got it. And this is the home screen that is set up as default. This is an addiction reduction screen. It doesn't show notifications. So if you want to look at the content of an app, you select it. You can also change what apps are on this menu. Perhaps if you have a slightly, and you can change the order of them by holding the buttons on the side. Or you can delete apps by pressing the bin icon. If you want to change this, you can just go to settings in the bottom. And then the settings are separated out into restricted settings, safety mode settings, and the Android settings. In the safety mode settings, you must always give your safety mode password. This is the parental password. This is where you can go through and review all the filters. You can then go to the settings, make sure your Google account is connected if you skip this, and you can change the layout. So parents with slightly older children prefer a grid layout because it's closer to an Android or iPhone default setup. You can make sure the blocks are set up appropriately, things like location tracking and safety mode being enabled. I'm now going into the restricted Android settings. These are the settings that are restricted by safety mode, which are related to the Android system. This includes security and privacy, the accounts that are on the phone, essentially anything that needs to be controlled by the parent and prevents the child from getting around the inappropriate content blockers. The Android settings that they can control are here and do not require a password. This allows them to connect to Bluetooth and internet and Wi-Fi, as well as check the IMEI and check the sound and vibration and change those settings if they need to. This is the phone once it's set to grid mode. Once you're connected, once your Google account is connected, and once you go through the sign-in process, you can then find apps to add to the device. One of the most popular apps would be Duolingo. As you would usually with setting up a new app, just find the app, tap install, or then download onto the device to be added to your list of apps here. In the never section is all apps that you do not want to be accessible by your child, but you may want to download perhaps YouTube Kids instead of YouTube, or just limit them to YouTube Music. If you want to allow an app, you just pull it into the always section and it will then be available on the home screen. This is also where you can add schedules. You can make as many schedules as you'd like. You can have them set to all day, or you can set specific times of day. So if you only want an app to be available during school times, then you can create a schedule for that. You just need to add the name. You may want to create a school schedule, an after school schedule, a nighttime schedule, so that apps aren't being used very late into the night, where all apps can be blocked. There are multiple different types of schedule you might need for your children's particular needs, health, or requirements. As soon as you've finished one, you just hit tap Save Schedule. Once the phone is set up to your liking, you can just pull down from the top of the screen, like so, and then find the power button in the bottom right, and then choose Power Off. At this point, you can then repackage it up so it appears just as you received it. You can then take the slip, put it back in. It's very clear from where the camera holes, the camera lens holes are, which side you need to focus on first. First put down one side, then the other, being careful that it looks good as new. You can fold the stickers back on, flip over, do the last one here. That's that. Once that's done, you can put it back into its holder. And reassemble the box as you found it, putting the wire in there. followed by the phone, followed by the stabilizer. If you like, you can put in the other phone branding. It may not be necessary to include the instructions, but you can. I've chosen to leave them out on this occasion. Slide it back into the phone carefully, and final sticker, and then if you like, you can then slip back on the other phone. Slip. And then you can package it up with your wrapping paper and put it under the Christmas tree. Thanks for watching.